What up, you crazy savage hooligans? Welcome back to D's Daily DD, right? Where we talk about stocks, we talk about the market, we talk about business strategies, right? Investing strategies and all that stuff, right? So if you want to subscribe, join the family, you know what to do, and hit that like button for me one time. All right, guys. So welcome back. Remember, though, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, right? So don't take it as that. Take it for educational and entertainment purposes, right? I'm just some guy on YouTube, all right? Yeah. So today, guys. I had a busy morning. All right. I am going on vacation in about a week and a half. Right. So I got to prep some stuff before that, do some things. Right. So this morning I was kind of getting some of that stuff done. But yeah, I'm letting my viewers know right now, you guys, right? Thank you for supporting me. But in the next couple weeks, the videos might be a little spotty. I might not be able to upload every day. All right, guys. So just giving you a heads up. But I'm not worried about AMC whatsoever. I'm actually, as confident as ever, guys. The data is amazing, so I'm gonna point those things out. I'm gonna talk about AMC, GME, and Redbox today. All right, guys, and I'm gonna also show you guys the number one AMC fanboy. All right, so we'll have to see the number one cheerleader. Right, we'll have to see that in a little bit. All right, guys, but let's do an unboxing. As I've said before, I'm a shoe guy. I do love shoes, so I went and I bought some shoes this morning too for the vacation. All right, guys, so I'm gonna check these out. Let's do a little unboxing. All right, nothing crazy, but they're still, some summer shoes. They're white, some champion shoes, you know. They're kind of like that oversized look a lot of people go for. It's my first oversized shoe, so we'll see how it works, all right, guys. But yeah, I always like to rock that clean white, right? So you can use it with a lot of stuff. But yeah, guys. Just want to show you guys that, and then yeah, we're gonna jump into this information, guys. All right, so stay locked and loaded. All right, guys, we're in it. All right, let me switch this up. Today, I'm going to try to break something down for you real quick, right? I'm going to talk about the AMC fake price, right? In my opinion, this is what's going on, right? This is what's happening with the price, and that's why I don't believe it's at what it's at right now, in a way, right? Because the daily short volume, which shorting is selling volume, right? That's what that is, right? When you sell the stock, you're borrowing it and you sell it, you're adding selling pressure, right? So on the daily, guys, it's like 45%, 50%, 60%, right? It does fluctuate, but I just took the average, and we're gonna say 50%, right, is the daily average that they sell stock into AMC, right? Even though there's supposedly no more shares left, all right? And I'll prove that to you again right now. But volume, what is volume, right? So volume is the daily buys and sells, right? It doesn't matter what stock. That's just the definition of what volume is. And then we come back here. So 26 million volume today, right, in AMC, which is super low, stupid low. And you divide that by 2 by 50%, right? So you're only left with about 13 million volume, but it's still the buys and the sells for the day, right? Like there could still be more selling pressure there, right? And then on Fidelity, right? Why do we always see that it says buys are up on Fidelity versus sells, right? It's usually like 80%, 90% buys, and then the price just kind of stays flat or whatever, right? So what you have to realize is that it's not real buying pressure, or not the real buying pressure is being seen, right? Because now after the 50% volume that they short automatically every single day, you get the 13 million volume, right? But if say only 8 million is buying, right, versus 18 million sells because of the natural selling pressure too, and because of the shorts that are shorting 50%, right? I'm trying to clarify this, show you guys why I think the price is not the real price of AMC, right? So you would have 8 million buying versus 18 million sells today, right? So what is that going to do? Like, it's not going to show you the real buying pressure, right? So that's just my little breakdown of that. Let's move back over here. We're going to look at some data real quick, right? Let's check out the chart. So this is the daily AMC chart. We're still holding this support level, guys. This support level is major, right? I'm happy to see that, we are still above it, all right? So that was number one. The second thing, we got above 13 today. We need to, in my opinion, get above 13 by tomorrow or Friday. There's a lot of options that are in that $13 strike, right? That would push us. They were in the money for a few 30 minutes maybe today, when AMC was like at 13.10 or something like that. Up here, let's go back. So yeah, right here, so 13.22 was the high. So they were in the money for a little while, and then you saw the price start to come down, right? And that's because Jerome Powell was speaking. That's because he was, talking in front of Congress, and like the market kind of started off good and then just slowed down, right? And right now we are in a bear market, so you're seeing very low volume, right? The funny thing is, 0%, yeah, because there's zero shares, right? This is like the third or fourth day, right, within the past few days that it's been saying that, right? They come up with shares, but come on, 800 shares, 300 shares. That's funny, right? I think that's super funny. Like, what are they gonna do with that? And then you got 18.4% as the fee, which is going up, guys. That's what you want to see. 8,000 calls in the money versus 4,000 puts that are in the money. And there's a decent amount. That's what I'm saying. Like, we need to start pushing 13 here easy. And remember, on Friday, AMC is being added to the Russell 1000, all right? And that's going to bring in some guaranteed buying pressure, all right? That's what the buzz and the news is right now. But 55%, this is what I'm telling you. They short us, sometimes 40%, sometimes 60%. For the longest time, it was like 62%, guys. So think about that. Like, automatically every day, you're just shaving half the volume off, right? Let's go to iBorrow desk. This is exactly what I want to see. You got the fee still rising. I want to see it go higher. I want to see it go into the 30s, 40%, right? Especially now that we have proof here too. There's no shares, right? Right here, 55,000, and then they're gone right now, zero, right? So that's why this is not updated, but 18.4%, 300 shares, the same, right? Okay. This is what AMC will be added. That's what I'm saying, that it will be added to the Russell 1000 index on Friday, guys. Currently, it's in the Russell 2000, right, which is highly shorted. So I am interested to see what that means, because all the shares, I'm pretty sure that are AMC that are shorted in there, they're being shorted, rather being borrowed. So maybe they have to close these out, which will help bring in more buying pressure, right? Why is this important? Historically, larger cap stocks have less volatility. Therefore, being in the RUI means more difficulty to suppress the price action. All right. Coming from Joey Cameron here on Twitter. I'm gonna play a video. This is all right, guys. This guy's a clown. You all know who this is. This is Gasparino, right? And he switched his tone already, right? His tone sounds so different. They probably sent him a message like, "Hey, man, you gotta start speaking this way, because we gotta buy some shares back, all right?" But yeah, this is the number one fanboy of AMC. He talks about it so much, right? Tweets. He tries to get under Ape's skin and whatnot. But listen to what he's saying right here, right, guys?
A little above 12, so it's been a rocky little for AMC. The meme stock craze, though, is still big with some investors. They keep holding on. There's lots of chatter on message boards that AMC is going to experience the mother of all short squeezes and go to 1,000 or 100. There's no evidence that that's going to happen, of course.
There's no
And
evidence that it's
the
not.
stock is easily borrowed. Short squeezes generally don't happen in a rising interest rate environment. But that doesn't mean the stock won't get a pop. And I'll tell you, this is what I'm hearing from my trading sources. On Friday, it's going to be added to the Russell 1000. It barely pierced the minimum market cap of getting the Russell 1000 a few, I think, weeks ago, where it was at $7 billion or above. So it made that threshold. It's since gone below that. It's got a $6 billion plus market cap now. But be that as it may, AMC is going to be in the Russell, and usually when you get in that index, the day, particularly the day it rebalances, and that's Friday, you'll see some pop in volume, some pop in
Friday.
price. So you're going to likely, and never saying definitely, likely, this is what the traders are telling me, see a pop in AMC.
They're already telling
now,
him.
does that mean this thing is going to 1,000 or 100?
Kenny Boy call you?
I never say never, but these are the headwinds for AMC. It's still losing money. Number two, we have a rising interest rate environment, which, by the way,
doing
is pretty
fine,
well
guys.
in
He's
stocks that are in the Russell, which are generally growth stocks and smaller cap stocks. So if you put that stuff together, it's losing money, higher inflation, meaning ticket prices are high. Popcorn has always been expensive. It's going to be more expensive. It's not the business long term still has real question marks.
It's okay. We're in it for the short squeeze, guys.
The CEO is saying he wants to do other diversifying investments because the theater business is not very good. I mean, he has essentially said that. So long term, this is still questionable. But yes, Friday we could see we could according to traders.
Your eye on it, guys. Even this fool saying it, right? Number one fanboy. Alrighty, different sources, guys. Let me refresh this. See how many shares? 0 shares. All right, guys. Again, and 18.5%. If any pop up, different sources. Again, it's probably gonna say 0. And yeah, saying 300. It doesn't show when it's 0. Oh, there it is, 0. Okay, no more shares, guys. And the options chain. This is what I was talking about for AMC. These 14,000 contracts are in the money, you know, for a little bit of time, but we keep knocking. All right, we keep knocking on that door. And check out how crazy this is on the chart. This is the 2-minute chart, right? Take a look at this. You see this run? This pattern is identical to the daily chart. You see a drop, right? And then you see a bigger drop, and then it calms down. Look at the daily chart, guys. It's the same pattern. You get a pop, right? The drop, one drop, going back up, another drop, it goes back. Like, that's completely, you know, algorithmic trading right there, in my opinion. It looks way too similar, right? Just on a smaller scale and whatnot, all right? So it's funny. And then let's go over, I think that's all I got on AMC, guys. Let me talk about GME real quick. I still hold my shares, guys. I believe they will both squeeze at the same time. I've been saying that for a while. And 0 shares available as well for GME, according to this, right? They had 8,000, they had 200,000, 0 gone. Now, GME's in a really good spot. This is the daily chart. I still really like the chart because we're in the green super trend, and it's testing this you know, support resistance level. All right, it's right there, guys. All right, so what I want to see is volume, guys. Like, all it needs is a big push, right? Maybe AMC can carry it if it starts running as well, because they like to move with each other, right? And if AMC starts running and we see some big buying pressure because of the ETF, we're gonna see some moves. All right, but this thing just needs a clean break, guys. Like, anything above 200 and you're pretty much gonna make a run, I think, right? Just my opinion, not financial advice. So just what I'm looking at, right? And that's crazy, right? So today GME had a nice pop in the morning, right here, and it was up like 5%, I believe, 4% or something, and they were able to bring it back down. All right, even though there was 0 shares, right? So we don't know how they do that, right? We kind of know. All right, 33% is the latest fee I can see for GME. It's holding this part right here, right? And remember, it's dependent on available shares. So as you can see, availability is going down, and the price, the borrow fee is going up. All right, so if we continue to see this where we just saw 0 shares, I want to see that fee pop again, because it already ran all the way to 100%, right? And I'm sure shorts are not expecting that one. All right, guys, let's see where we're at on the options chain. Where did it close at? 138. So unfortunately, making that little move at the end, it lost these contracts, 1,400 contracts, right? So I want to see it tomorrow, but we don't know. Usually when Jerome Powell speaks, guys, like the market will run for a little bit, and then you'll see it come down pretty fast, all right? He usually brings fear, but if he can bring any confidence to the market, then we're gonna start to see a run, right? It would be amazing to get this all the way to like 150, right? Which it did. It has tapped about 145. So by Friday, it's always a possibility, guys. All right. This is gonna be Redbox now. I'm gonna touch on it just real quick. I ended up putting the extension on it just to kind of see what was going on with that, and it is, you know, breaking down. It needs to bounce off of this Fibonacci level here, right? That's what I'm trying to look for, and I do think we're gonna see one more run on Redbox before it starts to break down. Okay, just my opinion, guys. Just what I'm looking at, because it already tested this, right? And it's saying it can go pretty much all the way to $40 would be the limit. Of course, the shorts cover, it could be way crazier, but we can still see some movement to the upside. All right, but at the same time, if it loses this, guys, it'll start to come back down, right, and test these other supports, which the next would be like $7. But this is just why I'm still bullish on it, because these failure to delivers are just disgusting to see. You're a million shares, a million shares, a million shares, a million shares, 1.8 million shares, right? And they're supposedly going to be coming due here, right? Which means they have to cover them. They have to find the shares. They have to replace them, right? Because there was an issue on these dates on May 23rd, 24th, right? So it's called T plus 35. Not, it doesn't always happen, but there is a lot of shares here, right? That they owe, that there was problems with, right? And refresher, 0 shares as well on Redbox, guys. We got right here, watch. Oh, now they found 10,000. What's the fee? 885 is about the average, right? So 911% max. That's a crazy expensive to short something, right? So yeah, guys, that's what I'm paying attention to. I think we're gonna have a little pop here, right? We don't have a crystal ball, but if the number one AMC cheerleader is telling you there should be a pop off Friday, right? He probably knows something. All right, I'm talking about little Charlie Gasparino, Gasparito as everybody calls him. All right, guys. Yeah, so that's the update for today, guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful one. All right, peace.